There is a secret society in St. Louis that holds much of the power and control of the city, whose members are anonymous, full of celebrities and powerful businessmen. The society includes a controversial past to include allegations of racism. Their debutante balls, parades, and celebrations are enjoyed by many, but heavily protested as well. This isn't the Illuminati. This is the Veiled Prophet organization. And millions of St. Louisans celebrate their events every year. Have they done more bad than good? Let me lay it all out and you can decide. The secret society was created in response to the Great Panic of 1875, in which the financial crisis was so bad the secret society created a parade in order to revitalize the city of St. Louis, bringing in more money to surrounding businesses. This parade featured a visit from the Veiled Prophet, whose identity was intentionally mysterious and kept secret, to drive engagement and make people want to go to the events. The parade was also created as competition for trade union gatherings, and to increase competition between St. Louis and Chicago events. So where's the controversy? Well, one of the two brothers who founded the parade and organization was a Confederate soldier during the Civil War. If you ask around St. Louis, it's common to hear people say that the Veiled Prophet is a Klansman of the KKK. And look at the similarities. A newspaper at the time printed this image of a Klansman and incorrectly identified it as the Veiled Prophet. Still, many people claim that the Veiled Prophet has deep roots to the Confederate South. But in reality, the mysterious character was actually taken word for word from a poem that was created in Ireland about a love story between an Indian princess and an Uzbek prince, who recites a poem in that poem about a person in Iran who hides their face behind a veil because it is disfigured. Wow, that's a mouthful. Not to say the organization was free of racism. They didn't allow black members to join for many years. Not until the 1970s. Every year, still to this day, the Veiled Prophet organization, or VP as it's commonly called, they hold a parade, a fair celebration, and a debutante ball. For many years, it was called the VP Parade and VP Fair, but it was changed to what we call them today. That being Fair St. Louis, which is celebrated around 4th of July, and America's Birthday Parade, which goes along with it. This change was made to distance the organization from a name in which many people thought was a symbol of power, wealth, and racism. They also replaced the Veiled Prophet with a new character called the Grand Oracle, which has a completely different appearance and backstory. A VP spokesperson said there was too much misunderstanding related to the Veiled Prophet, so they decided to move away from what could potentially be a bad image. The members of the organization joined through invite only, and are still kept a secret, although they are known to be elite business leaders in the area. Records from 2021 reveal some familiar names that have to do with companies like Anheuser-Busch, Schlafly, Schnucks, Commerce Bank, Monsanto, and more. Now let's talk parties. The VP Ball was one of the fanciest and most elite debutante galas in the city. Notable guests outside of the city included multiple US presidents, powerful politicians from many states, business leaders from around the country, and one year, the tallest man on record. A famous tradition of the VP Ball was to crown the belle of the ball, the VP Queen, who would be crowned the Queen of Love and Beauty. Many famous women have found themselves in deep water when it was discovered they were previously crowned the Queen of Love and Beauty. Like Ellie Kemper, who you may know from the show The Office. Her family founded Commerce Bank. She took to Twitter apologizing for accepting the crown when she was 19 years old. Same thing for Trudy Busch Valentine, who was a member of the Anheuser-Busch family, and a Democratic candidate running for Senate. She apologized for being the VP Queen in the 70s. Controversy is fun, but let's take a look at what the Veiled Prophet organization does today. Besides planning and hosting the annual America's Birthday Parade, Fair St. Louis, and the Gateway Legends eSport competitions, all which boost commerce and stimulates economic growth in St. Louis, the VP organization largely focuses on philanthropic missions and community service. Their team of volunteers work on repairing homes in the city, packing meals for food pantries, providing care packages to deployed soldiers, building playgrounds, funding first responders, foster care programs, local hospitals and schools, and their current executive director is credited with helping St. Louis get an MLS franchise. But whatever your opinion of the Veiled Prophet organization is, I hope you learned something new. Check out the new podcast I just dropped called That STL Pod, and check back in on my page for more St. Louis content.